Entitled Aunt steals game and holds it for ransom. r/entitled-parents. Posted by u/TheDaniloT. First, obligatory warnings, mobile post, not English speaker, long post, and happened long ago. I was about 14 to 16. TLDR at the end. Cast, cousin, CS, cool uncle, CU, entitled aunt, EA, kid 1 and kid 2, aged about 6 to 10, K1 and K2, and of course young me. For the setup, I have a cousin, CS, 1 year younger, that grew up with me, and basically is like another brother to me. Back in the Nintendo 64 era, he got Zelda Ocarina of Time, and wanted to play it with me. Luckily, we were both on vacation, and his father, CU, decided to rent a beach house and have me over for a family vacation for a couple of weeks. My mom and dad couldn't go, but he also invited 2 other uncles and their families to go. Among them was EA and her 2 young kids, K1 and K2. As soon as we arrived, we laid out the ground rules with K1 and K2. CS took his 64 mostly for us to play Zelda, and we were very excited to play it, but it is not a multiplayer game. We did have, however, Mario Kart, a very multiplayer game, and we would be glad to play with them, but there would be times we were gonna just want to play Zelda. If they did not bother us during Zelda time, we would switch games once in a while and play Mario Kart with them. Everyone agreed, and on we started day 1. It was a good day. After getting back home from the beach we played Zelda. Kids will be kids, so they bothered us a bit to switch games, but were mostly good, so we switched games anyway, played until tired, then went back to Zelda. It was all good. We thanked them for letting us have our Zelda time. They seemed happy, and we said our good nights and went to sleep. Day 2 had us wake up quite early, excited to go further into Zelda before anything else in the day, but when we got to the 64. Where is Zelda? It was not where we left it, plugged into the console in the living room. Everything was there, except Zelda. So we started looking everywhere for it, except I knew we were not gonna find it, since I was sure I left it plugged in. It was clearly stolen, and I suspected K1 or K2 did it to force us to play the other game, so my plan was to not let them play it because Zelda was missing, and we needed their help to find it, which would make their plan fail and one of them confess sooner or later. CS agreed to the plan, so I tell them no one was going to play until Zelda was found, asked them to please help us, and we started searching, turning the whole house upside down. After a while, in comes EA, with a brilliant idea. EA, hey, since you can't find the other game, why don't you just let my kids play this game? Me, no one is playing the video game until we find where the game is. No one here is a thief, so it must be somewhere, right? Very clever, young me, that will get you a confession. Young me was not having it. I knew one of the kids must have stolen it, but I was too naive not to see the real thief. So, to make sure no one would even try to play anything, I took the power cord out of the 64 and kept it with me while searching. An hour of searching went by. We had looked everywhere in the house and were looking again and again. EA kept insisting we let her kids play. I kept insisting we keep looking. I was sure one of the kids was gonna crack soon. EA got the rest of the family to ask me to, but I would not budge. Finally, EA says something quite peculiar. EA, you know, I am sure if you let your cousins play their game, you will find your game right after. Me, that makes no sense. How would letting them play help us with our search? EA, oh, but I am sure you'll find it right after they play. Even dense little me had to catch on at some point. Here I was, blaming the kids, while the thief was there all along. Not only that, but that it was a frickin' grown-up adult. That made me more pissed than anything ever. So I said, me, no one, in this house, is ever going to have any fun again until the game magically appears. EA, well, maybe it would not have vanished if you didn't hog the console all for yourself and let my little ones play once in a while. Me, first of all, I did not hog anything. We all played and had fun, as we all agreed. Second, it's not your console or your games. You don't get to say who gets what time, if any. EA, don't raise your voice against me. Did your mother not teach you any manners? Me, we keep searching. EA was pissed. Here was a little boy standing up to her BS. She thought it would be easy to push me around. She went to my other uncles and aunt, individually, to complain about me, and they all pulled me aside to give me a talk at a point or another, tell me to stop, just let them play, and that I was being disrespectful. For every one of those talks, I said, Auntie EA stole my game, hid it, and is now trying to blackmail me into letting her kids play or else I won't get it back. I will not support her behavior. She is a terrible person and someone has got to teach her kids right from wrong. She sure won't. I also said that very loudly, because I knew she was eavesdropping to see if it would work and she needed a lesson. Yes, young me was already into teaching people lessons. My family all decided to stay out of this, since it was clear she was in the wrong, but they couldn't force her to do anything, and told EA to deal with me herself, so we stayed on our standstill. The day went on. Unfortunately I was getting tired and wanted to play Zelda. All my plans were getting me nowhere and I was just punishing myself more than anything. So I hatched another plan. I went to EA and said, if we happen to find my game, I won't even play it at first. I'd just let my cousins play the other game since they were such nice little helpers. In 1 minute, EA comes back and says, hey, I found your game, it was just behind that lamp. Right. That lamp I looked behind 300 times. Sure. Must have just missed it. So, true to my word, I put in Mario Kart, and let my cousins play. One race. Yup, just one, and I take the game out and say hope you had your fun, but your mom did something really bad to have you play this, so you won't get to play it ever again unless she comes to me and apologizes. What now, you other word for female dog? What will you value more, your pride or your beloved children, huh? EA was pissed, again. Her kids would not stop crying and asking mommy to say she is sorry. She tried, once again, to turn everyone against me. Some tried to talk to me, to which I just repeated that either she says she is sorry or no more fun was gonna be had at that house. I overheard her pressuring CU to take the game away and punish me, and his reply to EA was, you have made this whole mess up, it's your fault, deal with it yourself. I played Zelda, and only Zelda, with CS. We took the video game whole setup out and locked it at our room. I slept hugging that 64. EA did not want to give in. She tried to distract the kids whenever they were in the house, telling them to go play with their toys or something, but kids always wanna play with what they can't or don't have. They kept asking me to play the game, to which I replied, ask your mother why you can't play the game. Although EA is the one that brought this whole shitty situation about, it felt really bad to have to keep punishing the kids for what she did, but it was all I could do. 3 days later, she came to me and apologized, said she only did it because she loves her kids very much. I forgave her, said it was understandable, but that it was no excuse and she went through that the wrong way, and even though I forgive her, I will still hate her, but her kids are welcome to come play with us again. The rest of our time was uneventful. We all played like in day one, had our fun, and I mostly ignored EA. I also kept true to my word, and hate her to this day. TLDR, entitled aunt steals my game and says will only give it back if I let her kids play my other game for longer. I let her kids play for a bit, then get my game back and ban them from ever playing anything at all until their mom apologizes for what she did. Thank you for listening, my children. Please leave a like and subscribe and ring my bell sack to stay updated with my videos as they come out. Love you, bye.